and Revelation 18. We're going to spend our time in the book of Ezekiel. Here's a word to the watchmen here in chapter 33, that they do what? Well, what's the job of a watchman? They're watching out, right? They're on the wall, and they're blowing the trumpet when trouble's a-coming. If the people don't respond, then it's going to be on them. But if the person who's supposed to blow the trumpet doesn't blow the trumpet, it's on him. So he says in verse 7, "So you, son of man, I have made a watchman for the house of Israel. Whenever you hear a word from my mouth, you shall give them warning from me. If I say to the wicked, O wicked one, you shall surely die, and you do not speak to warn the wicked to turn from his way, that wicked person shall die in his iniquity, but his blood I will require at your hand. If you warn the wicked to turn from his way, and he does not turn, that person shall die in his iniquity, but you will have delivered your soul." So what's he telling Ezekiel? Saying, hey, listen, you're going to be like one of those watchmen. When I tell you something, that's a message for the people, you have to give it. If you don't give it, it's on you. And the disaster will still happen on them. Now, I don't know if that's a repeatable thing in the New Testament. I haven't seen it. But there are a lot of admonitions and exhortations for us to do what? Well, the whole thing that Jesus left and said was to make disciples. And so that's on all of us to be doing that. And that's more than just sharing our faith, that's living it out, helping brothers and sisters mature in the faith. It's reaching out to those who are straying from the faith. It's calling out and extending help to those in need and those who don't know. Right? It encompasses a lot. I don't think it falls on us in the same way as it was here in particular for Nehemiah or for Ezekiel, because there is this thing called grace, and we can be thankful for that. But I think we should still look at our lives seriously and the job that we're doing of making disciples in light of eternity, in light of all that's going on. How are we contributing to the making of disciples? Again, I don't think there's going to be such a weight of burden that you are going to have the iniquity bared on you or anything like that. But because I know I miss opportunities. And I think maybe it's okay to feel a little of that sometimes. To feel that, I should have spoke up. That was an opportunity to go. That was an opportunity to give. That was an opportunity to send someone else to say something. And not shirk back from those things, but to respond to the Lord and walk in His grace, but then extend that grace to others. That's a wonderful thing. Because chapter 34 goes into warning shepherds, those who are over God's people, to be a certain way, right? And so that's a heavy, heavy message there. And you could be praying for me, pray for all the pastors in this city. Why? Because there's a responsibility to guide and direct as a shepherd with the sheep, and if we don't do it well, that's not good. So Ezekiel has got a lot of tough things to say. But for all of us, let's receive it not as condemnation, not as law, but as grace that we've been given. We've allowed to be digested in us, and we've received it, and it's nourished us, the Word of God and the gospel. But let it now flow out of us to those around us, so we accomplish all that He desires in and through our lives. Till next time, keep growing little by little.